sky, blue eyes. I see a world behind them. No more time, sinking into the silence, reaching out for something you may never find, looking for a reason not to lose your mind. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. Neon signs flicker away forever. Cross state lines, we could be lost together. Reaching out for something you may never find, looking for a reason not to lose your mind. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what
Hello,
you do not
everybody.
know.
This is Ultimate Rocket League. Welcome back. We've got day 2 of our TTO, our Team Takeover Invitational, starting right now. URL competing in it. We had group stages yesterday. So much to look forward to today, and so much to look forward to hopefully tomorrow. But on that note, we've got a crew with us tonight, and it's all going to fold out in our favor with everything going on. But at the very least, with me tonight, I've got the one and only Crow and Henny. Gentlemen, how are you doing tonight?
I'm fantastic. Cannot be any more excited to be here. I was watching from the sidelines, now I'm here in the booth, and I'm just absolutely ready to see some great Rocket League.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, you were unable to join us last night. I know we tried to get you in there as best as we could, but at the end of the day, you're here now. You're here to rep the brand. You're here to, make sure
Absolutely.
that everything happens and goes well. So we love to see that. I mean, you heard what kind of happened yesterday. What are you looking forward to for today?
Well, the one thing I am absolutely looking forward to is some good gameplay, and the two teams here I think will absolutely show it. One of them being a home team, sort of from URL actually, Kentucky Stallions, and the other being MPG, which even after being told many times I do not know what it stands for. However, I've heard a lot of good things.
Gaming.
Hey, there we go. I've heard a lot of great things from them as well, so I think this will overall just be a great game when everything is said and done.
I'm sure hoping so. Yesterday we had some fierce competition. URL able to make it out of their group unscathed, 3-0. The only ones in the tournament and able to do that. Obviously we're going to be put to the test. We're going to see if yesterday was a fluke, if the gentlemen can keep their composure. But that's all going to happen at 7:45. Now we head into our first match of our lower brackets in the Invitational itself. As Crow said, we've got Melon Patch Gaming going up against our very own URL Kentucky Stallions from the Threes League. It's a bit of a modified roster. The name still stands. Doder is still competing. Devin in here as well. He's another friendly face around the league. And I'm not actually sure who their third is. Yesterday it was Sly. Today, we don't know. But I'm ready to figure it out and see.
Absolutely, me as well.
I'm just about ready for this. I think these guys are too. We've got a prediction going right now. I think you can catch the tail end of it. The Stallions up in here and the Melon Patch Gamers up in here. So let's get excited. Let's get hyped. Let's see what's going moving forward. And let's get these guys started.
Absolutely. And to answer your question for who I think will be the third, I think it's a guy named Devin who will be taking the place of Twan today. I don't know if that's also Twan.
So Twan didn't play yesterday. Devin played yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So you know, yeah.
Yeah, the person now taking the spot for their third is actually Mad Mark, I think is what it is, who's currently on the field, as well as Devin. So we'll be seeing a relatively switched up roster, but I'm sure it won't affect them too much.
Oh, wow. A lot going on here right off the bat. Like to see it. Devin gonna start things off here. It's not Devin, it's Benji.
They're trying to take this off the wall, ends up missing. Has to make a quick save from Joxy. Devin now trying to take a shot off the sidewall. Doder takes another shot, but Tip remains calm on that goal line. Good defense so far.
Absolutely have to. Blue team here, I couldn't even tell you who is who. MPG, Melon Patch Gaming, is your blue team here. Benji, Tip, and Jakey's going to be your Melon Patch Gamers. Doder, the Mad Mars, and Devin going to be your Stallions. They start off the scoring hot, and Devin first in the net. There you go. Stallions on the board.
Kentucky Stallions with a blistering start. Somewhat of an open net, but Devin there to put that away. 1-0 so far to Stallions.
Oh boy, and you know that they're happy to get that lead. They want to be up in the front. They want to be at the forefront of this whole tournament after, potentially not performing how they wanted to yesterday. You have to imagine that they just want to steamroll today and find their way into day 3.
Mad Marks takes another shot. This one will go wide. Joxy, though, not out of the safe zone yet. Benji now trying to make something happen off the wall. Able to not quite beat Doder. Mark already up. Ready to double touch off the wall. Takes a shot, and that will be in. Another uncontested shot.
Wow. This is a very crazy shot right off the bat. I mean, you take a look at the setup that he has on it, the balance, just the pure aim that he's got on the net right there. That's great work.
Beautiful placement. Tip didn't even want to go for that. Just sat there planted, decided it's in. And that will be 2 already to the Stallions within the first minute.
Absolutely. And Melon Patch here, gonna have to play a little catch up, especially in this first minute here.
No
certainly
way.
not where you want to be. And you
my.
certainly cannot let the Stallions shoot on you like that. If you let them do that, then this is just going to be a long and tedious 3 games. Right off the bat, we also have to note, next couple of games and the next couple of series will be best of 7s. We are finishing up the best of 5s right now, so this will just be a best of 5 series, and then we'll move on to the best of 7s top bracket.
Doder beats out one blue player, tries to take it again, but Joxy will be able. Sorry, Jakesy. My gosh, I cannot read.
Is it Jakesy?
It is Jakesy.
Gotcha.
So many confusing names with X's and K's, but they're a shot. Tip wanting to shut me up, tries to put in one for MPG, but not able to.
Oh, Doder's already down the field. Look at that effort.
Wow.
Look at the heads-up play on this. Look at him jump. You can tell he's already on that ball the moment it leaves the wall. Look at that touch.
I didn't realize that there was a touch like that from Doder. That was a fantastic counterattack play. And really, MPG needs to shut down these counterattacks or it will be a rough first game for them.
Awkward touch here from Melon Patch. Jakey's able to get it past one, able to get it past another. Benji going to finish the job for him, put this one farther downfield. They're going to try to look at the net a couple of times here. They're going to need to find some shots. They need to find some offensive pressure because right now it is all Stallions. And we're not even through the first minute and a half, we're not even for the first half of this game yet. Mad Max going to shoot again. Doder not able to find any sort of space. Stallions just staying in this offensive pressure zone, though, controlling the midfield for sure. Opportunity from Benji, and it's going to go just a little bit high.
Now, that was really probably the first official play we've seen from MPG. Really, it's just been a ton of defensive attempts, I guess you could say, considering the score is 3-0. From MPG's side, we just haven't seen a lot of offensive pressure, and right now, as this game closes around the 2-minute mark, we need to see more.
Absolutely. And Tip going to start that, doing more, not able to find the flip reset off of it, not able to make the touch for his team. Jay Keys hoping to keep this in the zone here. Not able to find too much more else. Benji trying to do the Lord's work, keep that last touch in the zone, doing it again, sends it down to Tip. And the offensive pressure from this team continues. Tip looking to. Oh my goodness! Imagine if he hits that. That's a
That would've been
crazy
nutty.
way to introduce yourself to the series. Minute 50 left to go in this first game right here, and it still seems like it's just all URL Stallions, all Kentucky Stallions pressure. Another touch from Mad Marks, and it's just there's not a whole lot that you can do when you just have all of these flurries of shots, finding themselves in your net, on your goalposts. Awkward rotations start to come in. Everything just starts to go a little bit awry. Nice touch there from Tip, but they're gonna have to seriously consider maybe changing up their play style for next game, or at least maybe the next minute of this game.
Again, we did see a little bit more blue pressure. However, it's just right back on the blue half. Here, an air dribble from Joxy tries to go with the 50. Now Benji able to take up the sidewall. Jakesy tries to take a quick shot. It will be wide, and that will probably be one of the last offensive plays we see from MPG.
Definitely gonna have to be, but they've got the pressure right now as they're looking down the field. All they're looking for is a teammate, a little heads-up opportunity. Mad Max, don't give him the space or he's gonna clip all over you. An opportunity for Jake. He's trying to hit that redirect, not gonna be able to find it. Doder gets demoed for his efforts, and it looks like Melon Patch might have one more burst of life here in the last 40 seconds. Devin clears it right away, and all of a sudden the Stallions are back on it.
Doder tries to get a touch, ends up touching this middle. JC now has a 1v1 play, not able to beat the last player. Mad Max still up for this ball, gets a touch, will go off the backboard, but no one there able to receive. Devin now brings this back over to the sidewall. Opposite now, Benji. It's another option for 1v1 Tip. Just beat out entirely by Max. 10 seconds remaining. Ball will go wide, but this will be the close of game one.
Yeah, close the game one here. Certainly going to have to take some time to just reset if you're Melon Patch. I think they can certainly, hang in this game.
Oh.
There you go. One for the road.
Yeah.
You thought that one was for the Stallions. I thought it was for the Stallions too. But look at what they've done here. The consistency that they have can certainly, be stepped up. They're certainly going to be able to do a little bit more on the field. But I think at the end of the day, they really need to just focus their touches. They've seen the game from the Stallions now. They can definitely get right back in this. I don't think they're so heavily outmatched that they can't just do that.
100% agree. Does Mr. Henny want to say anything?
Got any thoughts, Hen?
Someone was streaming the game, so I couldn't watch it. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Bro, you fumbled the bag.
No, I was streaming the game.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
I said I'm
got
streaming,
moved.
so I don't know what the issue is.
We did get moved.
My
That's
bad.
true.
All right, well, we'll tell you about it then, Henny. So from what we could see, was that it really just seemed like MPG was very, I guess you could say, rushy on the defense. A lot of the times, given that Stallions were able to keep consistent pressure by getting good 50s middle or just having good double taps or good counterattacks, MPG, every time they try to get out of their half to try to, force the Stallions into a more defensive style, it never worked. They would just give the ball away, and Stallions would go right back to their 50-50s, their 1 or 2 man beats, and just try to play off back wall and just keep this offensive pressure. If they're able to control the ball a bit more out of their half, I think MPG has a better chance here in this game too.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, they need to make small, slow, touches to control the ball. Don't let the other team have it. The name of the game here is keep away. For as long as you can. You never let the big kids have the ball once you have the ball, if you're the littler kid in this scenario.
Absolutely.
You never do, or you're never getting that ball back. And, the analogy is pretty straight up, but I'll be honest, it really is just as true as that. Devin takes the first shot there.
Oh my.
Another shot from Mad Marks. And there's just so many things going on in this game right now.
Well, first impressions, I'm not seeing a lot of improvements from MPG, but again, it's only the first 15 seconds. There is still a lot of time to improve and change play styles. Not if Devin has something to say about it, though. Not able to find it. Now Tip. Let's see. MPG, unfortunately, not there, and Doder will put in the first goal. Already, offensive pressure is continuing to mount from game one.
Absolutely. Look at Doder right off the wall here. That's an easy shot. Nobody in the net. Mud Mark's going for that bump. I mean, really, it just doesn't get much simpler for Doder there. It's great heads-up play by the Stallions. And you're right, Melon Patch certainly going to need to find a comeback right away if they want to stay in this game. There it is. Look at Benji off the wall, asserts his dominance, says, look at me, I'm here. Don't forget about us.
The beautiful setup. Devin having to reach for that ball, not able to find it. Benji puts it right behind that last back, and there's no way you're going to be saving that one.
Absolutely not. And, just the sheer amount of, power on that ball is just ridiculous. I don't know how he gets that much power off of it. A great little touch out from Doder. Devin gonna see the other half of it.
Oh,
Sees the top bunks because of it, and there it is. Another shot from the Stallions, 2-1. It's a charity goal last time. That's it.
look at it again though. It's another counterattack. Doder with a beautiful pass up from his own half, and then Devin with an even more perfect touch will bring on the second goal for the Stallions. Already 3 goals within this first minute.
Actually, that's a great point that you bring up. A lot of these are counterattacks. Even Benji, right off the side, he intercepted a ball, got it right off the backboard, double tapped it in, and there you go. I feel like that's, the majority of what's happening here. Either team, able to react well to the counter. I do think it's working out a little bit better for the Stallions, but I think you're right. It's something to definitely pay a little bit more attention to as these teams take their first drives.
Devin now up for the airdribble, decides to go to the blue corner. Ball will go out mid, but Max already there to receive. Flipping quickly back to defend. Another touch from Jakesy, but still nothing. Tip still has control, playing safer. Tries to get the pinch down, but no one's there.
Benji, big touch off the backboard. Oh, and there's nothing you can do about this one. Tip already up. Gonna beat Devin. You like to see that. Tip still on the ball. Gets one, finds two. Shot here from Benji, saved away by Mad. That's a crazy little play right there. I don't think I've ever seen a defensive battle like that before. That's ridiculous.
Absolutely not. And somehow Stallions able to get out of that by the hair of their chin. Still in the lead.
That's absolutely ridiculous. Mad Max, RK, or Mad Mark? What are we thinking?
I don't even know. I kind of want to go with Max, maybe? Mad?
Right, we'll go with Max. We'll go with Max. Let's go with Mad. No, let's go with Mad. We know that Mad's the right thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. Well, Mad. We just call him Mad.
Right.
But we'll never know if he's actually mad. It's just his
Mad it is. Tip on the ball here, though. Tip's been pretty successful on the ball so far. I'd like to see what he's gotten to do. Get him the ball a few more times, and we might be able to see a little bit more. Jake, he's off to the side here, though. Going to give it right back to Doder. Doder's going to clear it down the field. The Stallions have really, kind of liked to set up shop recently in that melon patch side, and I feel like they've not been very comfortable with these bumps. Benji stepping up. We've seen a lot from Tip. I didn't know that these guys existed last game, and here they are, absolutely showing out. Game 2.
Yeah, I think they found their second gear. We already saw
100%.
nearly a beautiful flip reset play from Tip, but here now, Tip able to get that bump and set up Benji perfectly will bring us to a tie game, and this is something that we were not seeing in Game 1, and it's very crucial that they continue with this pressure and these mechanics, because I think these mechanics are actually starting to bring some of the pressure back into the hands of MPG.
Absolutely. Devin gonna toss that one off the back of his car. Doder sending this one mid. This is set up for another attack, but it looks like Melon Patch might get out of this one scot-free.
Devin now has to 50 this. Mad now up. Somewhat of a double commit, but Doder able to quickly go back down from the play. Tip not able to go for that because Doder is already up, but now Benji with a play. Decides to leave it for Tip, and now Devin off the ceiling. It's a touch. Jakesy, though, would receive. Mad still on his tail, but ball will be cleared out mid. Benji tries to take a shot, but intercepted by Doder.
Tip gonna have to make one heck of a defensive move right here. Devin looking to set up shop. The Stallions controlling this midfield. All right, used to control this midfield just until this Benji clear right here. Mad Max finding this mid right here. Doder going to take some control and march down the field, and all of a sudden the ball right around this midfield right here. Neither team able to really set up shop just yet. Mad Max not able to get there. And it's the Stallions feeling uncomfortable on this line right here. Not able to find a shot. 1-1, by the way, in shots right now. They go right down the field, they take a shot, they come right back. And it's kind of with both teams having that opportunity so far.
Yeah, it really seems like both teams have switched to more of a further back last back, because they're allowing the last back to do stuff like Doder, where Doder can just set up his team, get these good counterattacks, while it seems someone like Jakesy, you can see he's in the net right now, staying really far back, waiting to get this clear whenever he needs to in order to help bring MPG out of the fire.
Right. 2-2, 35 seconds left. Who's winning this game? I can't even believe that doesn't go in, by the way. Now the Stallions are winning this game because they just got this counterattack.
I was going to say.
Wow, that's really unfortunate.
Oh,
actually.
Wow. That is actually terribly unfortunate. That was.
I hate. Oh,
that was an entirely open net, but Tip killed on the field, of course, for his mistake there. That will cost them. They have a minute. Sorry, not a minute. They have 30 seconds now to bring it back to a tie game. Is it possible?
You see, it's a great question. It was the question that I was just about to ask you. But to be honest with you, I feel like the big success for this team.
Oh,
Oh
oh,
my goodness, Devin able to make the clear. I feel like that's the thing. I feel like these Melon Patch guys are really playing a great game right now, but they're just under the level at which, the Stallions are at. And I feel like they're playing really well to kind of keep up, really make those heads up plays in order to make sure that they don't get thrown behind. But, it is kind of tough sometimes, especially when there is just, such a rank disparity.
yeah, indeed. They're still trying to keep this alive. Benji able to. Now an opportunity. Decides to try to play it off the sidewall, but if Mad is able to receive this, nothing may come up. The ball is still up. Somehow, there
Oh,
is
wow.
still life. MPG playing off the sidewall. Jakesy tries to get a touch, but this ball will go down, and it
Yeah.
will be killed. Stallions take game 2.
Stallions take game 2. Not a surprise here. They played a great series. They played a great game. I feel like they just did really well all around, to be honest with you. What I like about the Stallions is that they consistently are able to set up shop on that side and really send in the flurry of shots. What MPG does is they get one shot down the field, and don't get me wrong, it's been close a majority of the times, but it's not consistent. They don't see lots of shots on the net. They either get it or they hit the counterattack and they need to rush back in order to see any sort of save. So I do think that it's one of those things where they're just going to have to figure it out, moving into this next game. It'll be situational. They just can't go for as much down the field, take that many risks.
Yeah, absolutely. Any you got anything to say?
That plays out pretty well, man.
All right, great to hear. I'm glad we hit the nail on the head. I think what Nolan says is pretty accurate. Right now, that game 2, in all honesty, did look a lot better for them. I think most people
Yeah.
can say that. I mean, it was really only a 1-goal difference until that those last 30 seconds where they did take the lead barely. And even then, those 0 seconds, those were achingly, slowly passing by, and they were almost able to find a tying goal. Unfortunately, they were not able to, and they did drop game 2. Now on their lifeline, I believe, in the best of 5.
Right.
But considering how they looked, I would not be surprised if MPG was able to maybe pull one out.
I'm actually really kind of pulling for them here. I think that they can certainly pull one out. And to be honest with you, I feel like once they get some momentum, maybe we see a little bit more from MPG. Maybe we see that little bit from them that we just weren't able to see before. What a close save here, and it's Mad. He makes it out alive, and just what an option. What a workaround. Look at this.
That was quite the save.
Wow.
I'm not sure if that was going in. It looked like it might have been bar down, but regardless,
It was pretty close.
yeah, he tried to reach for it, just not able to. Already again with a quick goal.
Potentially two. Mad back on the prowl.
Oh.
Fakes one. Doder not able to find the other. Devin not able to slot it either. But all of a sudden, it's still the Stallions setting up shop, getting comfortable early within this match.
It does seem to be a recurring trend that the Stallions do like to start off very aggressive and seemingly trying to score a lot of goals in the first minute of the game, or at least take a lot of shots, and that seems to be the case throughout this game and this whole series so far.
Absolutely.
Oh, a double commit there. Not able to capitalize, but now Devin still
Yes,
trying
sir.
to make something happen here. Mad,
Ooh.
not able to find that shot. Sorry. Absolute chaos right now. My mouth is being completely twisted. Already trying to figure out what is happening. But again, another great shot from the Stallions. We'll put them up by 2. Again, just a reoccurring theme in this whole series has been the offensive pressure, especially in this first half.
Wow. So results flowing in from the other streams that are going on right now. Short Circuit Gaming falling to, I couldn't even tell you who HC is, but I can look at it right now. But tons of results coming in. We'll get you updated on that. But take a peek at this. Jakey's already right off the bat. Gets that shot in. 1-2. And look at this beautiful golden vehicle from Devin. I've been meaning to point that out, but that thing looks pretty dang nice. If there's one guy who needs to show out, it's him.
I mean, absolutely. Jakesy with the flipper set, showing off himself a little bit in the Octane, though. Still on this ball, causing havoc for the Stallions right now. Doder, though, able to get them out of the clear tip. Tries to take a shot, but will go wide. Still not over, though. Doder has to be careful here as last back. Now Devin able to support him, but this ball will go back on the blue half. Dip tries to take the slow, goes for the air dribble. Great control. Able to get this past Doder now and get the 50 on Mad Max. Sorry, Mad. I keep wanting to call him Mad Max.
That's what I've been saying too. Honestly,
right?
Mad Max. That's it. That's it.
Mad Max. Still though, Mad Max able to control this off the sidewall, has no boost though, leaving Devin here an opportunity for MPG. Another miss and the net's open. Can he find the
Wow.
shot?
No!
Oh, it's
Oh my goodness! First of all, I feel like that's now two absolutely massive goal-changing, game-changing goals. If they don't hit the crossbar, there was one last game, there was one this game. Doder gonna shoot here. Tip
what a
able to
save.
find this one. Benji able to follow it up, but I mean honestly, I feel like Melon Patch has been pretty kind of stuck at the net, to be honest with you.
I don't even think that's really almost fault of the player. It just seems to be a little bit of unluckiness. He tried to place that
Right.
perfectly, and it just went off of that perfect wrong angle to where it didn't go bar in and went bar out. And that's going to be a costly miss for MPG.
I think Melon Patch needs a few more demos. I think they need to find these players. They need to hunt them down. They need to say, you know what, we need some space. Every once in a while, you just need to take an open play. You just need to not let something like this happen. And I feel like, Demo and probably Mad Max in particular is probably your best answer here. Devin not able to get to it. This one going to find its way in. It's Tip. 2-2 and Tip on the board. There you go.
If you didn't think that he made up for it, he definitely did. 2 back-to-back huge saves if you missed them. And then there he finally is able to place the ball in. Tip showing up, showing us that he's actually able to put the ball in the net. And that is what MPG needs. Hopefully that builds their confidence. They can take a game here. I think it's possible.
They absolutely have to. Ball still on the wall here. Nobody really able to challenge this one. Jake Ease hoping to find something, but it's going to be Tip off the wall, making this clear. And the Stallions able to find something else on a double flip reset from Mad Max. Devin making the 50 happen. The ball staying on Melon Patch's half of the field here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Jake, he's finding his opportunity on the ball. And, to be honest with you, I really like his car. I've liked a lot of these cars right here.
My.
What a save from Tip. I'm talking about the cars. What a save from these gentlemen right here. Doder going to place this one off backboard. See if he can find anything here. Not too much from the Stallions just yet, but a minute and a half left to go in this game. And just a friendly reminder, if you lose this game, if you are Melon Patch, it's over. You're out. You're done. So you essentially in this round have to play until you lose.
Absolutely.
Winner go home.
This is their lifeline. Mad Max able to get a flick. And unless Tip can get back to it, he can. He keeps MPG alive yet again. A minute now, time still ticking, and this is a chance potentially for MPG to get on the offense now. Tip tries to capitalize. Jakesy has time, but Devin already there has to go with the 50. Reaching now, tries to play this mid, will decide to follow. Beats one, but Jakesy is bumped, and Tip having to scramble. Still scrambling though, and so far, no options for either team.
Devin gonna make this short work off the side. Doder able to clear this one out. Stallions really are just interested in being able to, just close this game out. Just be done with it all. Make it super easy, super, super simple, and just win. Be done after this game. Take their break, play their next match, figure out what needs to happen, and just be done. End of story.
Oh, here's an opportunity though.
Needs to make it not happen like that. Oh my goodness!
Wow.
What an effort!
I didn't even think he had an angle to get to that. He missed the initial shot and then somehow reoriented his car perfectly to be able to slip that past Devin, and that could potentially just have won MPG Game 3.
That is ridiculous. An 18-second goal. That's absolutely what you need if you're MPG. But I mean, you're even sitting here right now. You have to not let the Stallions get anything in this last 10 seconds. You know that they'll score. You know that they're capable of it. This certainly helps your case a lot. But do not let them keep the ball up. Aim that ball at the ground ASAP. You cannot let them have an opportunity.
Well, ball is still up, though.
Like, oh, this could be trouble.
Dip tries to play it down. All three Stallions players trying to keep it alive. Benji now tries to put this ball down, but still, ball is still up. Jakesy maybe trying to get one for the road. Benji.
Oh, that's in. What are you talking about?
Wow. Wow. MPG, even with their unluckiness, is able to take Game 3, and it seems to be the person to thank a lot is Tip, looking at this scoreboard, the score line. 4 saves, 4 shots. Unfortunately, only one of them went in, but those 4 saves were crucial saves, and they kept MPG in the series. They will survive for at least one other game.
Yeah, and, MPG looked good. They looked like they could keep up with that Stallions team. over the last 2 games, they look like they've really grown a lot. They've really taken that opportunity to internalize and learn what they need to do to beat this team. They've come back with a plan. They've, came, and now all they have to do is continue to conquer. There's possibility for a reverse sweep here. How much of a possibility, I couldn't tell you. Stallions are going to be looking to come back rearing and ready for next game. And, if you're MPG, you kind of just have to, come in with the best expectations and try your hardest. Leave it all out on the field.
I think the decider that makes me think that this could possibly be a reverse sweep, or at least a game 5. I feel like we're more likely to see a game 5 than we are to see maybe Stallions taking this. And the reason is because now MPG has momentum, and it seems that Tip is slowly getting more involved in the series, and he seems to be that key player that I'm looking at constantly, saying, whenever he's on the ball, I want to see what he has to do. We saw how mechanical he's been in game 2. We saw a little bit of that in game 3, but we also saw how much of a defensive wall he can be. And if he can keep making these saves and maybe putting in more of these shots that unfortunately go wide, it's looking good for MPG.
Absolutely. Tip needs to remain involved. Benji needs to become more involved. And mostly, Jakey's, really
Jake, yeah,
continue to do
like
what you're doing. I feel like he's playing the perfect role right now. Maybe get a tad more involved on the scoring, but, do what your team needs to do. And if these two are your scorers, those two are your scorers. Jakey's going to stay on this one here. Look to make something happen. Get the flip reset. Gets the bump as well. Not sure if that's what he was aiming for, but nice little play there from him. Devin looking to see if he can start off the scoring early. Tip going to block this one off to Jakey's. Jakey's up again. All of a sudden, it's Melon Patch. We start to see this aggressive little start of the game, too.
For sure, Devin now able to play this ball back, but Benji, he has a lot of time. Doder is pressuring, but decides to go off the wall. Maybe trying to pass mid. Doder able to intercept that. Mad Max able to put that shot on somehow. What an angle. But again, saved out by Tip, who's been playing phenomenally on defense so far.
Absolutely. Every other first round out has been recorded. I'll tell you right now, high caliber. 3-0 short circuit. Short circuit goes home, unfortunately. Stargazer's Iris beats Oreo 3-1. They'll be advancing as well. We love to see that. And Top G's 3-1 Ignition. Unfortunate to see them go home as well. But Top G's, congratulations to you guys advancing into this tournament just a wee bit farther. Here in this game right here, we've got an absolute monster of a match. It's 2-1 Kentucky Stallions up in the game. But as you guys can see, there's no points on the board right now. A minute and a half in. Very unlike what we've seen the past couple of games. And I said it, and of course it happens. Benji finding his outlet right here, 1-0, and he's already on the board.
I mean, I'm seeing it unfold. As soon as I saw that there was no goals within the first minute, specifically for the Stallions, I see the momentum slowly starting to pull in the favor of MPG, and here we have it. First goal goes to MPG. Can they retain this lead for 3 minutes? Maybe even get another one. Jakesy here tries to get the redirect.
Goodness.
Extremely close, but not able to find a touch on the ball. Now, Matt trying to play this over to Devin. Devin's already up, able to play this out, but Tip able to receive. It seems that MPG has switched into a more deep defensive role, and it is working. They are able to shut down the Stallions, and if they can keep this up, game 4 could be theirs.
Absolutely. Doder already up on this ball. Devin going to come up to finish it. No third man to do their bidding, and all of a sudden, it's going to be Melon Patch's ball to make sure that they score. Just over halfway through the game here. Jakey's looking to set this up. Can't find the split, and all of a sudden, Melon Patch Gaming in the midfield. This is kind of unfortunate. It looks like they had so much momentum, but to be honest with you, the entire momentum shift of this game right now is in the favor of MPG. MPG has done just about everything correctly in this game to get them up to this point. Stallions are the only thing they're going to be able to do is revamp. They're going to have to just continue to get better, keep themselves on the ball, figure out what they can do to be better. But right now, I think Melon Patch has this game in the bag.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately for the Stallions, they need to find a goal here. Mad Max not able to reach that. Now Doder, as a last back, plays it well. Decides to stay with the ball. Now a ball high. Devin tries to get the flip reset. They're playing smart and safely on the back wall, but Mad Max tries to put pressure, but again, MPG defense is holding stalwart. Doder now forced again into a rough situation as third man. Ball cleared again, though. Now it seems that the Kentucky Stallions are playing rushed out of defense, and you can see it's almost like the roles have flipped. A lot of the pressure has been on the orange side, although it doesn't really look like it, but realistically, at least 90% of the best opportunities have been from the blue side, MPG. Kentucky Stallions have been on defense than a lot more than they would probably like to be on. Oh, but here,
100%. Oh
as I
my.
said,
I mean,
what an
really,
opportunity.
is it that easy for us? I mean, it seems like we just say stuff and the opposite happens.
Right, yeah.
Literally just seems like that's what happens. But Devin finds the midfield pass right in front of the net, slots it in, and we're 1-1 with 1:14 left to go. I don't know that I can tell you who's going to win this match. Right now, if the Stallions keep heating up like they do, it could be anybody's game. But Melon Patch certainly seems like they do not want to give this game up, and they will do just about anything to keep it within their reach.
Absolutely. Jake Steve plays it off the back wall. Yoder already to receive, doing his classic back wall pass. Devin trying to play this to Mad Max, but Mad Max not able to get a touch. Tip now trying to take this off the sidewall, looking for the bump, not able to get it. Forces Yoder to jump early. Nothing will come of that. A little bit of a team bump. This could be bad. Oh, Jake C.
Oh boy.
Mad Max now with a 50. Again, both teams trying to utilize these corners, but to no effect. Devin now in the corner again, clears it out, and now a shot from Mad Max, but goes significantly higher than he'd like it to. All cleared out now. Jakesy with a counterattack, but an unfortunate miss, and both teams kind of just booming, looking for an opportunity. A double commit on the goal line. 19 seconds remaining, ball down. Devin not able to do that. We'll play this out to the side and keep pressure alive, but time is ticking. It's looking like we'll go to an overtime if nothing happens.
Oh my goodness, what a clear from the blue team here. For Melon Patch, they're going to have one more look down the field right here. A demo from Tip. This is absolutely massive right now. If they're able to find anything of it, I can't even believe it. Okay, if Melon Patch wins this game, we go to a game 5. And somehow, if the Stallions are able to close it out, we will see them advance to the next round into the top 8. Doder going to have his shot here. Blocked. Devin, one more on the board here. Tip in position to make that save. And oh boy, a back pass from Devin. So strong. Potentially too strong, but really, it's Melon Patch's game to win here.
Tip with a quick shot. Devin able to clear it. Now Doder able to receive. Benji tries to tap this to himself off the sidewall, but now the ball will go back. Jakesy having to play smart. Pressure is on. I'm sure both teams are feeling it. Stallions not waiting to go to a game 5, and MPG trying to potentially pull off the reverse sweep. But if Mad Max has anything to say about it, he will not let it happen. Tries to double up the sidewall. Gets it, but Benji having to perform a phenomenal save. Now a double commit, but MPG at least able to bring this to the side. Here, somewhat of an open net if Jakesy can get a touch.
Oh my.
Benji now decides to go back down, but Doder jumped. Oh, another beat. But Doder now able to be the one to clear it out.
Smart play off to the side here, looking to set this one up for Doder. Doder taking his shot, sets it backboard. Devin gonna shoot, and Melon Patch makes the save. Mad Max gonna bring this one up the side, look for one more opportunity to put it mid. Doder not gonna be able to find it. Devin also hunting mid here. There's a lot going on, just not a lot at the same time. Tip sends this one up, and Mad Max able to catch this one off the backboard. Played around 1. Benji takes the shot. Melon Patch Gaming going to see a little bit more pressure here. Mad Max out of boost, finds the pill. Oh boy, this could be an opportunity. Tip with a moment to touch here. Benji going to take this one off the backboard, take this one up into the air, get the 50 mid. And all of a sudden, Melon Patch is starting to control that midfield. That's what they need to do. They need to keep up that pressure. They need to keep everything moving. If they let it slow down, eventually the Stallions will just catch up.
Oh, but no one's going for MPG. All 3 of MPG players sitting on the goal line. Jakesy, though, tries to get a shot. But Tip can't get around it. Somehow gets another touch. This ball goes off the post. Still no goal. Still plenty of shots. Here a flip reset from Jakesy. A double. Gets the double, but still has to resort to the 50 because he's lost too much air. Now Tip trying to keep this alive. Does get a touch, but both MPG players congested in this corner. Now Benji gets the touch over, but Doder having to reach with that last bit of boost and that last bit of momentum he has. Able to save Kentucky Stallions again, and wow. Pressure is ruthless for both of these teams.
Absolutely. Little miscom there from Melon Patch. Jakey's going to toss this one down the field. Devin able to make the save. Just over 2:45 in overtime. Benji going to see it to this one. Oh, makes sense. Goes in. There it is. Tip brings them to game 5. Justice for Melon Patch Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, they are about to complete one of the most difficult feats to complete in a Rocket League series of 5. The reverse sweep. Ladies and gentlemen, it's here. Melon Patch Gaming is here. They have arrived, and they are ready to see what Game 5 has in store for them. Stallions not able to close that one out, and that's got to be tough. That's got to be a total momentum breaker for these guys. We know how they play, we know how they think, and unfortunately, this just does not bode well for them. I hate to say
Oh,
it.
yeah, I agree. It seems that MPG is firing on all cylinders now. All players getting involved, all having over 545 points, making
Dude,
at least 2 saves and having 3 shots to each
9
of their
saves
names.
total. 9 saves
Crazy
total.
work. And
Ridiculous.
even with the Kentucky Stallion pressure, they did not fold. They were able to bring this game to a win. And although they're on their lifeline, it does not seem like it. They're now playing like they're here to potentially win the whole thing. And with how they're playing, trying to reverse sweep a team like the Stallions, anything is possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. These guys certainly need to come and, maybe take URL for a ride if this is what they're doing to the Stallions. But, who knows what they're able to accomplish on any other time at any other feat. The Stallions need to get back into this game. They need to figure out what has gone wrong in the past 2 games. They need to not let themselves get beat in this game 5. You certainly are not looking for a reverse sweep out of a tournament like this. Obviously, Melon Patch is on fire right now. You never want a Melon Patch to be on fire. In this case, you do.
Oh, you absolutely do. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a game 5. Unfortunately, not on Champions Field. We don't have that budget. But either way, pressure and the stakes are all here. This is a huge series. And the fact that we've come this far after potentially a lot of people writing this down in the books as a sweep has now turned into a potential reverse sweep opportunity for MPG.
Absolutely, and MPG kind of flailing around it right here. Oh my goodness, everybody's flailing. This is not not GC lobbies that we're watching right now, right? Oh my
Looking
goodness.
like my lobbies. What in the world?
Dude, those are looking like my lobbies. Oh my god. Doder up for the ball here. Gonna see if he can find Mad Max on the opposite side. Not able to find too much here, but it's gonna have to be Melon Patch who takes things careful on their own side. They cannot. They cannot afford anybody to not be in the right spot at the right time here. They need to be firing on all cylinders at all times. Mad Max taking this one over. Going to see one more touch. Tip able to make the clear off to the side. And I feel like Devin's, brought the ball back a fair amount of time as well. I feel like every time I see Devin, he's either getting a back touch or I don't know, not getting the right touch. I'd like to see him get some more controlled, touches, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's just Devin, though. It seems that overall,
oh no,
the shakiness. Oh man, I can't talk. I was scared that could have been
really
goal for MPG. I'm just on the edge of my seat waiting for anything to happen. But going back to what I was saying, it seems again, it just overall this series I think has turned around because the roles have almost flipped.
Oh my
and
god!
Here, shot opportunity.
Wow.
JC able to take advantage of it. Perfectly there for the pass, and this will be the first goal of Game 5 for MPG.
Jakey's, Jakesy, Jakey Z.
I don't
Dude,
even know
if you watch back this replay and you want to just let me know what your name is, I just hope you have a good time listening to us butch it the whole time. Anyways,
I'm just
Mad
so focused on
Max.
the game, honestly.
I know, really. This is actually ridiculous.
I'm in the gameplay, not the names.
Right now. Oh my goodness, off the backboard again. Jakey's off backboard as well. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed his name on hotspot. Jakey's on hotspot. Jakey's on hotspot.
Oh, this is a Crow on hotel Wi-Fi moment.
Crow on hotel Wi-Fi.
No wonder he's playing so well. No wonder he got
I know,
that goal.
really.
He's clutching
Tip
up.
in the air. Oh my goodness, he hit it.
Oh
He actually hit it. No way. No,
Hold
he
on
didn't.
a second.
Hold on. He actually hit it.
Oh my god.
What a resurrect.
That has to be shot of the tournament. I don't think I've ever seen such a... That's RLCS level stuff. Sign this guy to a team. I mean, that is Garrett G type mechanics. I've never seen such a great redirect, but nonetheless, Tip absolutely on fire. Even just with that goal, 2 goals in the names of MPG. Maybe a third here, Mad Max having to reach there for the save. And this game, this series is falling apart for the Kentucky Stallions in front of their eyes.
What happened? I mean, you saw them game 1 and 2. You saw how absolutely ridiculous they were. What in the world happened?
MPG happened, man. I guess they warmed up. I guess that's all they needed. I guess they needed that warm up. I guess they needed that confidence.
That's another one.
Oh no.
Wow.
It might be over, folks.
This is looking.
It might be over.
Downtrodden for the Stallions themselves. Certainly not what you are looking for out of a game 5. But Melon Patch gotta be feeling good right now. expecting to see them in the next round. A lot of teams wrote this team off. This team placed third in their group yesterday. That means they lost to 2 other better teams more times than once. And I'll tell you right now who they lost to, because I'm kind of interested myself to see it. They lost to Stargazer's Iris, and they lost to Team Takeover. They won against Fiora Esports to claim that third spot. But Team Takeover obviously sitting in that top bracket. Oh, this could be an opportunity for the Stallions. By the way, have what? Not scored in 2 games now?
I think you might be right.
They didn't score last game. They scored the game before that, though, because they had like a 1-1. We went into overtime.
In a way, I guess you could include this as a second game, but having no
Right.
goals within the last game and then now this game, with 1:30 remaining, that's huge. And if they don't get a goal here, I think the series might as well be over.
They have to get a goal here now. Oh my goodness, now.
Doder tries to keep it here in the corner. He's able to, but Devin has no boost. He's not able to bring this back to the midfield. Mad Max, though, trying to buy time for his team to get back, and now Devin maybe looking to pull a Doder here, not able to get the touch, and it's looking sloppy for the Kentucky Stallions. Doder, though, trying to keep his team in the game, maybe bring their confidence back up, tries to get a flick or a beat or two, but just he's not able to. There's still nothing for the Stallions.
I think that's the other thing worth mentioning. The Stallions, unfortunately, did have a roster change, from yesterday into today. They are playing without their beloved Sly. On any other day, and Sly's in this match, this game goes very differently. Doder and Sly, obviously very compatible together. Added Devin, and they're doing pretty well. I do think it's a different scenario, but you can't take away any of the amount of credit from this Melon Patch Gaming crew. They've got a minute left before they've just completed the reverse sweep of this tournament. Yeah, absolutely and undoubtedly well-deserved.
I mean, absolutely. I think that 4th goal there was probably the knife to the heart of the Kentucky Stallions. Unfortunately, the horse will die. The fiery horse that is the Kentucky Stallions, having a great showing. This is lower bracket, so I believe they will actually they will be going home, as opposed to the team that was arguably not the favorite. Nearly a great shot from Jakey, but not able to actually find it. Mad Max maybe looking for one for the road, but Devin and Doder scrambling, but still nothing. Can they at least maybe bring home a goal here for their compensations? But not looking like it. Devin tries to get a touch.
Wow.
Benji now wrapping up this game with a flip reset. Mad Max maybe looking for one of his own off the wall. Devin with the flick. Jakesy puts it down, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was a reverse sweep.
Wow.
That's right. Unexpected to say the least, but what a game and what a showing. Tip, again, at the top of his leaderboard. Although that's not to say that all of these other MPG players did not play well. Tip, though, hitting in my opinion, I don't know if I'll see much better than that in this tournament. Probably the best shot of the tournament. Fantastic.
Yeah, Tip absolutely popped off. Like I said, I saw every single one of these guys. They did nothing in game 1. They didn't look like they were here. They looked like they were just getting stopped down by the Stallions. There's nothing you could do. MPG came back, redid everything in their play style. They literally visited everything, every piece of it. They revitalized, they made it make sense, and they made it work for them. They made it work for themselves, which is why I think it's actually such a credit that they are able to win this game. You saw them adapt over 5 games, and all it took them was 5 games to do it. That's one hell of a job from this MPG team, who, by the way, we know how good the Stallions are when they're on and firing. So this is well deserved.
It absolutely is well deserved. I don't think we can take anything away from MPG or even the Stallions. I mean, you saw how oppressive of a team they were. It's crazy how much this series has changed. But again, that's why we have series in Rocket League. If it was only a best of 1, we'd be in and out just like that. And we'd say, well, Stallions are the better team. But at the end of the day, MPG was the better team.
Yeah.
That's really all you can say. I mean, Stallions, they had that great start, but it just seems that as the games went by, they were able to pull that pressure away from the Stallions, and MPG was able to use that pressure to their advantage. They were able to actually force Kentucky Stallions to start playing too aggressive. They were able to get counterattacks of their own, and then as soon as they got that confidence needed where they were to put in those goals, they were able to utilize their mechanics. You saw Tip with just an insane shot and nearly a great flip reset goal, and they were just able to break down the Kentucky defense, and there was nothing they could do.
100% right. And, if that's what we're starting our day with here, I can only imagine what we're going to have the rest of the day. I know you graciously agreed to stay with us and cast our second series. But if this was our first
not
series, I
anymore.
have to imagine. Oh, not anymore. Okay, gotcha.
No, I'm down. I'm just saying, like, after this, I'm 100% down.
Oh my goodness. I was gonna say I don't
Why
know
would
if
I
there are
not?
better things to be doing tonight.
Right?
The next game absolutely gonna be crazy. URL Esports versus Distinct Twilight. I
Oof.
did put that in the spoiler. This is Exiled's team, so we will see how Exiled's team stands up to our very own URL team. That'll be coming up next. Just to top off the results, though, we did have Top G's advance, and they will be playing against Stargazer's Iris. That game should be on stream, one of them. I know CJ is streaming one of those games. And the other game going to end up being High Caliber versus Melon Patch Gaming. If you want to go follow the Melon Patch legacy, the Melon Patch journey, the journey through the Melon Patch. If you
Well,
want to
I
go
know I will
watch
be.
them, they'll be on one of those streams as well. You will not be on one of those streams. You will be right here with URL facing Distinct Twilight Esports. And on that note, I don't really have too much else. It was a great, well-played game. We're going to get into the next game. We're already behind. Typical URL fashion. On that note, we're going to send you guys to intermission. We're going to take about 2, 3, 4 minutes to set up. We'll be right back. All right, guys. Stay safe. Stay here. See you guys in a few.
See you soon.
Nice. All right. Welcome back to URL Ultimate Rocket League, everybody. We're back. We are ready for URL's game of this tournament. The TTO, the Team Takeover Invitational. We've got a lot to go for here. We've got a lot built up on this game. I know Henny was talking about it a bit yesterday, but these guys have been working really, really hard. It's One Tap, it's Justin, it's Tip Top, and it's Kamikaze, and all four of them have been working crazy hard. So I'm ready to be able to see what they're able to do. I'm excited to see what they're able to do. Crow, after the game that we just watched, I'm excited for this game. Your thoughts on the game?
I had to take a hit of my inhaler after that last game, man. I was gasping for air. But here I am ready, more ready than ever, actually, to watch this game. We have URL Esports versus Distinct Twilight. URL being our somewhat biased home team, but Distinct Twilight also having a familiar face. They're Exiled and his team. So overall, if you thought last game was going to be great, this could arguably be even better, which is crazy to think about.
It certainly could be even better. And to be honest, like I said, I don't really know too much about the Distinct Esports team. I do know the Exiled is on it. I do know that these guys are going to be ready to go in just a couple of minutes. But to be honest with you, I'm really just excited to see how these teams are going to be able to adapt to each other. You know, these are the two of the higher level teams in this tournament, both of which are obviously going to have their own play styles. You know, yesterday we saw One Tap kind of get worked around by his teammates. And, you know, everybody was really firing on all cylinders. But a one-man team only works for so long. So it'll be interesting to kind of see, you know, how these guys kind of do. So I'm interested. I'm excited. I'm just about ready to get started. If you are.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I was just gonna say real quick before we start. Do you have a personal prediction? I mean, I probably know where you're leaning towards, but with no, you know, maybe just a shot in the dark. Who do you think is gonna be the better team today?
I do believe that it's going to be URL. You know, personally,
Okay.
Exiled told me that I should not be biased. So, Exiled,
fair.
I'm so
Fair.
listen. I'm the only person who can be biased. I'm the one who,
Yeah.
you know, all of this was, you know, created with. You know, I'm the one standing on top of it. So I certainly have to go URL here. But I'm excited to see you guys play. Obviously, you know, me and Exiled have been buddies for a while. He won me my first ever league championship. So me and him go way back. Nice to see him finally up in these ranks, you know, and killing it at the top of his game. So personal prediction, I'm going URL in 7 because I know it won't be that close. I know for sure it'll be a shootout. But if it's not URL in 7, yeah, I think it'll be URL in 7. Official
URL
prediction.
in 7.
Locked in. What do you got?
Ooh. I think you're right though. Based off what we saw and what's been a recurring theme throughout this tournament is which team can fire on all cylinders. And if there's anything that I know, it's that this team is a little bit, I mean, granted, arguably, actually URL is the most fresh team, arguably in here, because I think they only had like 1 or 2 days. However, this team has played against each other and even with each other at certain points throughout URL and UNL's history, if we even date back that far, right?
Right.
So having that, you know, little bit of extra time, even if it's against each other, they know how they play. So if they're able to use that to their advantage, I think that if they're able to pull together how they know how each other play, I think that even if Exiled has his team and maybe they've been playing longer, just having that built-in chemistry of all playing together in a league will push URL over the edge to victory. And so I don't know if it'll be a game 7. I think it'll be a game 6 if it's URL. But if it's not game 6, I think that maybe Exile's team can take it. I'm not sure, but I think I'm leaning towards URL.
I'm not sure either. But as this game starts, I am excited to see who is able to do what. And I think the key component here is going to be, you know, what are these guys able to do at the end of the day? Who, you know, is able to do what? How are these guys able to communicate with each other and to get these touches past one another? You know, Exile's team is good. These guys have accolades to their names. These guys have played against RLCS level teams, gentlemen, randoms, and won.
Yep,
So, you
that
know,
is true.
Exile's team certainly is not one to sleep on. Couple double commits from URL early on in the game. Going to leave One Tap back to leave this ball alone. Certainly not what you want right off the bat from them, but URL already off to a nice start.
Extreme tries to play this off the back wall. Pressure still not out. One Tap Steph clears this at the corner, and Tip, not to be mistaken for the Tip that we saw play last game, is able to get the clear. One Tap now following it off the wall. Tries to leave this for Tip. Very smart play. Tip trying to bait. Oh, wow. Actually, he does get the bait, but Tip tries to play this mid, and now Juice able to take his time here. A little bit of a dangerous play. Is able to squeeze this pass, but still nothing. And is it KWC? What is this guy's name again? I need to make sure that I'm
QC?
pronouncing it right. QC, thank you. I keep wanting to call him like Kook or something because I have a friend
Kook.
that goes
It
by
could be
that.
Kook. It could be Kook. You know what? QC Kook. I don't really
Kook.
know. I'll ask him for phonetic spelling at the end of this game.
I'll just say demons. He's fighting his demons right now.
QC. Perfect.
QC, okay. We'll go with QC then, but I was gonna go with demons, make him seem like a really like crazy guy. Anyways, back to the game. Tip tries to contest Exile, but Exile gets a double beat, and now it's an open net for Extreme. That name is easy to pronounce, and he will put in the first goal.
And look at this. Exile's waiting patiently on the other side of the field. He knows exactly that ball's coming there, and he knows that his teammate's going to be right here and mid, ready and waiting for that pass to come in. And that's a great job by Distinct.
Absolutely. First goal within the first minute and a half. Not as quick scoring, but maybe a second one here. Extreme not able to put it in. Exile just wide on that. Again, quick pressure off the kickoff, but so far URL Esports able to do pretty well to keep that out of their net. Tip now takes out Extreme, but now he has to be careful here. Tries to be QC, still on the ball, but Exile remaining, goodness gracious, remaining calm on the goal line.
Absolutely. Juice not coming off the backboard for this one. One tap, looking to have to get more involved in this game. You know what he was like last game. You know what he was like yesterday. He was all over everybody. And to be honest with you, you know, that's the way that he needs to be. These players that he's playing with enable him as a ones player to be able to go and do his own thing, to be part of the team, but at the same time, really let his mechanics shine. And I feel like that's really what helped him able to get the win yesterday. It's a great save from Juice there. Tip able to take this one off the side wall. A little bit awkward in that in that air dribble there, but Juice able to get this one through. URL keeping this within one. Distinct, very, very, very capable of keeping this to 1-0 though.
Absolutely. Tip now with the opportunity. Exile able to clear Extreme. Looking to turn, is able to beat one of the URL Esports defenders. But Exile, a little bit of a fake there. One tap step. Not able to get there. More pressure on the half of DST, but still, yeah, ball's still not out. DST still with the attacking opportunities. Now one tap step finally able to put this ball on the DST half. And even able to get a back wall pass, but still, so far, not a lot of offensive plays for the URL half.
Oh boy, big bump right there, and it's going to be Exile who benefits from it. Look at this. Distinct already popping off on all platforms, on all surfaces. I mean, look at everything that they did here. This entire play was great. Caught Juice out of space, and Exile just able to toss that right behind him, and it's just that easy.
It is just that easy. Only a minute and 30 left in this game one. 2 up, nearly a third goal there for Distinct Twilight. One tap Steph maybe looking to bring this back to a 1 goal differential, but still no success. Tip has boost, able to beat 1, not 2 though. QC. Oh, a little bit of an unfortunate pop there from his teammate, and a demo. Ball is on target. Tip though, able to make the save.
Juice not able to get that clear. That's going to hurt URL here. One tap, able to put it mid. See what can happen here. The pass, what a versatile touch. Could have gone in, could have gone either way.
Breakaway though.
Tip going to have to find this one. Top shelf, not able to find a QC, getting back. And Juice putting this one mid, and this is just a crazy fast matchup of who is able to hit the ball harder and more accurate. Exile able to stay on this one too, and it's one tap, finds the goal, and URL breaks the seal, opens the floodgates, stops the bleeding, and finds a goal.
Floodgates are open, and it seems like a little bit of a miscomm. Unless,
yeah,
I don't know if Exile was trying to maybe play that back and no one was back, but regardless, you can see that Extreme and QC were trying to rush back using all their boosts, collecting pads, and Exile did not have a great 50. Regardless, floodgates could be open here.
Low and get a pinch off the ground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was an unfortunate pinch, sort of, but
yeah, he was just a little bit too slow to the ball.
Yeah.
He was there faster than it would have never went in that way, but because he was just a little bit slower, it caused a pretty easy clear out by.
Well, regardless, so 15 seconds. Tip has a lot of boost here. This could be what URL Esports needs try to bring this to a tie game, maybe bring it to an overtime. It's the bump, one tap Steph. Oh, QC able to clear this out. The demo, Extreme tries to put it down.
Wow.
Oh, for a second there, thought it would roll up the wall, but no. Great defense from DST Twilight. We'll take game one.
Absolutely, and a great game by Distinct Twilight here. Exiled sweeping that top spot in the scoreboard. We love to see it. I know that he loves to be here seeing it. So look at that. 453 from him, 6 shots, 2 saves. The absolute man of the hour. He absolutely popped off. Down on URL Esports, though, certainly going to have to keep a little bit more pressure on the ball. They've seen one from Twilight now. They're certainly capable of staying in this game. I mean, who knows what next game looks like? This is definitely an even playing field. Twilight looks like, they spent a little bit more time on offense. It's going to be URL's game to kind of catch up on and figure out the momentum for. Henny, what do you got for me here? What'd you see in this game?
I think he said what he needed to say.
Yeah, no, he said before. Listen, he's obviously going to be very confident moving forward. But
I think he is, yeah.
Yeah, I think he needs to be. We've got a good squad here, and they're going to be able to pull it out.
Yeah, something that needs to be said is this is going to be a longer series. This is one of our first best of sevens.
Correct. Yep.
So, regardless, we will be seeing at least 4. And this is only game 1, and that game 1 was a close game 1, all things considered.
Right.
It did go down to the wire, and although you're not able to find yourselves in an overtime, and EST somewhat comfortably took it in those last 20 seconds, they were still on the back foot. They were in their half, and if that last little bit of pressure. What's that?
There's no big there's no big shots being put in. The one by one tap was unfortunate for the opposing team, but what are they called? Twilight. What they're playing is nothing. Yeah, they're just playing a feel out game that first one, and everything was pretty slow. So there was nothing that we're like really gonna understand from this. It's gonna be the second game that's gonna really tell us how these teams are gonna play.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exile did go off. If you know Exile, you know he plays a certain way.
Often. No, what's going on here?
Oh boy, what a save! By the way, where's Kamikaze on this fine night?
Kami could not make it, which is all right. We have 3 great players, and hopefully we'll be able to pull something out here and have some fun.
Absolutely, 100% agreed. Kamikaze, 4th member of the squad. Oh boy, gonna have to defend this one out. Great block out from URL here. First minute, we go unscored on. That's always a W. Juice on the ball here. Gonna throw this one mid. One tap, not able to find it. Gonna put this one off to the side.
Huge touch off the ceiling. Extreme. Not able to get this to Exile in a comfortable fashion. Tip respawning right on top of the ball though. Is able to get a touch, but Extreme pops his high. Is able to get a touch, and now URL Esports having to reach for a defensive touch. QC though takes a shot. Juice.
Wow, what a save!
What a save! 0 boost, by the way. Great defense so far from URL.
Great work from Juice. Tip able to stay on this one here. Juice gonna have a second opportunity on the ball. See what he can do with it. Put this one mid for Tip. Tip not able to find it, and this is just gonna continue to be awkward off the backboard. One tap gonna get past, and the ball already behind him. I believe Juice gonna be back in the net here, ready to defend it. Gets the touch out, and all of a sudden URL Esports not ready for the second push yet. Tip gonna catch it. Already like this choice. Tip moving down the field. Try to get the bump at the very least.
Oh,
wow. What a save. What a save. That's ridiculous.
Extreme had to reach for that now. Exile trying to reach for that to now bring the pressure onto the other half. Juice is able to get it clear, but the ball is still not out of a uncomfortable spot. Juice though finds the ball pretty much in his hands, but he has no boost to capitalize. Now Extreme passing to Exile. Exile has a bit of boost to maybe do something with it. Beats 1. QC not able to beat Steph though, but Extreme beats 2.
Oh boy, this is going to be big trouble.
Nothing. Exiled rushing back with no boost.
Tip going to call him off too. That's a great calm right there. We see that one live.
Really is. Oh. Tip with a touch. One tap Steven. Oh my gosh, sorry. Tries to get a touch. Now, Exile tries to pinch it back. Is actually successfully able to get a touch this time.
What a touch.
Not into his own net.
And look at URL's playing defense. They're so patient. They wait for everything. They've been playing defense for a solid probably 2 or 3 minutes now, and they're still able to make these plays. I mean, I don't know if Distinct is just waiting and just not letting them out of their zone, but look at the amount of pressure that they have. Everything is just consistent from them. And I'll be honest with you too. To think about the fact that one tap Steph is getting beat to some of these balls, to some of these passes, absolutely ridiculous. In URL, he wins every single touch. There's not a single person that out touches him. You know what I mean? I didn't say that right. You know what I mean, though.
That could have
Well,
been.
no, that's going to be the,
Yeah.
the difference, right? You're talking about playing defense, right? So one tap's not going to be rushing to everything normally if
Yeah.
they're more in a defensive spot. They're waiting for the counterattacks, and they've had quite a few of them happen. They just haven't capitalized on them. The one that we watched, Exiled race back to with no boost. Juice was down there in his back half. It was a free net, and they still did not get the shot. So, the big thing that they have to do is capitalize on their
Huge
No
bump.
they
way.
gotta capitalize on their counters. You know, that's the big part. They're catching them out, and they're catching 2v1s. They're just not scoring them.
Absolutely. If they were able to finish like they were yesterday, that would obviously be ideal. But I really do think it's just a matter of time. If they're able to take this game, we're in a much better spot than whereas we're down 2-0. That shot gotta find its way in. Extreme 2 wins. Bam. There you go. Finding his shot early.
Rough touch by Tap.
Yeah, no, that's a rare one tap touch right there.
I mean, yeah, either way, Extreme to wins. More like Slot to wins.
Yeah, I know, really.
Honestly, what a great shot. Nearly unsavable because that went off the bar, so it makes it a lot harder for the defender to read, who was Juice in that time. Now, though, 35 seconds. Juice with the flip reset beats 2, not able to beat the third as QC is there able to receive, but now one tap, able to pass over to Juice, who is not able to get the pre-flip, has no boost, but this ball is not done yet. One tap, able to beat one,
Let's go!
puts it in to tie up the game, and that is a much-needed goal.
Absolutely. You
That
need
was
that
such
one.
a good play by even though Juice misses that, but Tip being right back there as a third man, just a wonderful play, wonderful pass to beat one, and then the shot. I really didn't think it was going to go in, but I'm glad it did.
Absolutely. You are always excited that one goes in. Let's also take the time to mention the fact that One Tap and Exiled both on the Alaska Yetis team. That's a little ridiculous right off the bat, but these guys, teammates, these guys who know each other, who are consistently able to play with each other all the time, that's just the sort of thing that's kind of crazy here. Oh, one last opportunity.
Exile down. Exile's still on it, even with the little boost that he has. Now Extreme.
Tip, able to just put this one down. Here we go.
Down, and here we go, overtime. First overtime of the series, and I would imagine there would be many from here on out. But this could be a crucial game for URL Esports to win. Tip now sees his opportunity.
Really the fake. I love that they went for the fake.
Yeah, that was
fake kickoff
smart.
in game 2 on overtime. That's your one of your last ditch effort kind of things that you pull out game 4 or 5.
They're ballsy. We like that.
Yes, very. I love it.
You got to be able to go for big risks like that. We talk about it all the time. You always have to be able to take a risk in order to see it pay off. The fortune only favors the bold.
That is true.
Absolutely. Extreme
well said.
wins.
Philosophy.
Thank you. Little philosophy.
Philosophy
Listen,
here in an
couple
overtime
classes.
game too.
Absolutely. By the way, we've gone from 16 viewers to 31 viewers at the current moment, so we absolutely love to see that. This game is heating up. It absolutely deserves the attention. Hoping the URL might be able to see a little bit of progress here. Juice able to sauce this one down the field. Exile not able to keep up with it. One tap, able to swing it. Tip, a shot.
Oh, it's wide.
Oh boy, this is tough. Tip
no.
the turn back to 50. We'll see where Juice is on this one. Juice gonna take a shot. Not able to find the block, but absolutely Distinct is feeling it right now.
He is indeed,
One
but
tap
one
stay
tap.
on.
He's also feeling it, it seems. Tip tries to get a touch, but Exiled with a beautiful underside car touch, actually. That was nearly perfect, and he is able to get the flip reset. Both players beat, though. One tap Steph needs to play smart, is able to get the touch, and now Tip in a 1v1 situation. Both Exiled and Extreme trying to get back, but pressure is still not out of the Twilight half. Juice gets a touch, tries to go for the double, tries to go for another touch, flipping all over the place. Still nothing, though. Big clear from one tap. Maybe looks to have one more off the back wall instead, tries to fake it, and now Tip will be able to control this ball.
To be honest with you, I love that One Tap is starting to look for those passes, though. He starts beaming them right down, right into the middle right there. Those are going to start to pay off. Just the ones that he doesn't look for, those ones are huge. What a great clear off the backboard there. It's going to be Tip's ball to look for here. He gets bumped for his efforts. By the way, another score update. Melon Patch Gaming making their way through another round of Rocket League. beating HC high caliber, and that's going to be a big loss for them. But it's going to toss Melon Patch into the next round. Crazy.
That is crazy. Going from being on their lifeline to now
I
uh,
know, really.
pulling out 2 great game wins. I mean, they very well could be going far if if you're supporting them. Go out and support them here. But right now we have quite the match that nearly ended there, but Juice just wide. Hits the post, and now the ball will reset. Tip playing this high again, trying to batter up that Twilight back wall, but still no success from URL Esports.
Yeah, and I feel like Distinct is there's only so much time before one of these absolutely accidentally leaks in from either side, whether it's URL or whether it's Distinct. But these guys have kept up everything. These guys are so consistent. The ball is moving at new speeds now. Juice able to take that shot.
Oh,
Finds his
wow.
way in, bar down, and Juice bringing URL to 1-1, equal with Distinct. Now look at this game.
This
Just look
is
at the
this
effort.
is this is gonna
Wow.
be the top of the line. I think we're gonna
Oh
watch
my
this whole
God.
invitational. I mean, this is not, this might be the game here that we're watching now to move into tomorrow, but this is the 2 teams I think we're gonna end up finding back in the championship tomorrow as well.
I
Yeah,
sure hope so.
I would
Like
not be surprised if you're right.
I know, and that the end of that right there. I mean, just I don't know if you guys watched the difference in pace that URL brought from, I would say, about a minute and a half left was crazy. The pressure got really crazy. Um, their defense was stellar. Like their defense stayed really good, but the pressure was allowing them to get really good shots going. It's just they have to connect on those shots. I'd say probably there's 7 or 11 shots on the board right there, minus the
Yeah.
goals. But I'd probably say half those to 8 of those shots came in the last minute and a half.
I think you're right. Yeah, it seems that
I wouldn't even say the last minute and a half of regular time going into overtime is what I kind of meant. But so in 3-4 minutes of playtime, they were putting up a lot of shots, a lot of opportunities they had to score, and they just they didn't capitalize on it. But if they could do that this game, it's gonna be a whole lot different game for URL.
yeah, I think URL just needs to start a bit stronger. They were able to pull it out, but a lot of their best plays did come in that last minute, and even throughout that whole overtime, like Kenny said, if they're able to capitalize and start putting on the pressure earlier on in the game, like right here in this first minute, would be pretty great. URL's
But
chances significantly.
that's but you're talking game 2, right? You're still kind of in a feel out mode. Like you're like, okay, we have to see what they're gonna adapt, how they're gonna adapt in this. How are they gonna play? So each team's still gonna play a little slow in that one. Now here in game 3, it is a whole different ball game. Like these teams know each other now, and it's a fight to the finish at this point.
Absolutely. And that's the other thing too. Once these guys learn each other, it's only so much longer until they have to learn each other again. One team adapts to another strategy. One team is able to really make a couple of big game-changing differences. Those are all key factors in this game that we need to consider right now. A great demo from Exiled off the backboard, absolutely doing damage. Double demo, the double D. I talked about this with somebody earlier. The double demo, just those.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, I think so. The DD, the double D.
Double D?
The double D.
I just watched that right there. But what Exiled demoed one tap.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it was.
Wow.
Or no, what tip? Exiled demo tip. And Tip went in front of Exiled because there was an open shot that was happening, and Tip gave himself up to make sure Exiled was not going to be able to get on that ball. I mean, that's just really smart play by Tip.
I mean, yeah, they know who to shut down. They know that the player, at least from what they've heard, and in my opinion, so far through the series, is Exiled. Exiled seems to be that catalyst that's able to make stuff happen, like with that double D, as we're calling it, I guess. Unfortunately, it did not result from anything, but having 2 players completely eliminated from the play is huge for allowing goals to sift in, as, again, it's pretty much a 1v3, and most of the time, given the right circumstances, or even wrong circumstances, you'll be able to actually put those balls in whenever the defense is eliminated. But here right now, one tap Steph.
Most definitely. You hope that those double demos though come in the correct way. So the one Exiled had was a great clear already off the back wall. So it didn't actually bring anything into the game because the clear was already happening. It just actually really more allowed the defense to get ready.
Ooh.
And so those are like those demos you don't want to do when you're throwing somebody back when you're trying to make a counterattack.
Yeah. Ooh, one tap Steph though with a good double, and so far this game seems to be favored. I know we've been talking a lot about, more of the meticulous inner workings of, oh, well, not anymore. Now we'll be talking about QC.
And those are those demos that work out
Yep.
right there. That was a really good demo play and open that up.
I mean, there it is, Exiled with a pass, and this time it was Extreme, I believe, getting the demo. Regardless, they're able to open up the field that these open space and these open passing lanes.
They're going demo
allowing
heavy.
them, yeah, exactly. That's allowing them to put in these relatively easy shots.
Yeah, I don't know that there's a lot to talk about right now. URL is on their heels at the very moment. They're going to need to take an opportunity to just, get this one out, fully realize, where they need to go moving forward. I think another thing that we should talk about right now, TTO's departure from the upper semifinal. Team Takeover, unfortunately, not making it into that final bracket right there. They will be in that lower bracket. And Team Takeover will be playing Melon Patch Gaming. I believe that game will be streamed by somebody else. We'll have the next one. Unfortunately, while we're talking, Exiled is going to go ahead and score that next goal.
That was such an awkward... okay, so yeah. QC, like, this was a great stop by QC. I mean, that's all him right there.
That's crazy.
Overshot the ball and then committed and still was able to just drop the ball from Steph.
Pretty much just an absolute cluster there. Now, game is in the hands of Distinct Twilight. Still a minute though. Door is definitely open, as no one would like to say.
Door is completely open.
Of course, I mean, there's still a lot of time. However, QC looking to maybe close the door a little bit more. Tip able to shut that down. A very awkward double commit though. Net is completely wide open, and one tap is not even needed. Tip will take the goal.
Tip with getting the boost right there was huge.
Absolutely. You saw him get it. As soon as he jumped through the pad, he saw the 100.
And then got the 100.
That's awesome.
Huge.
He knew he needed to do that, and he knew that the net was open. Probably a quick calm from one of his teammates, and that will put in the first goal of Game 3, where you are a one-tap Steph with the fake. A minute left, and although it doesn't seem like a lot, scoring a goal in a minute is definitely doable. Door is even more wide open than it was just 10 seconds ago.
Seriously, you thought it was about to be wide open? No, it was only creaked. But we got in, all is said and done. Tip's going to have another opportunity on the ball right here. If there's one guy you want on the ball, it is Tip right now. Tip looking to get this job done. URL going to be back on the offensive. They need to keep on the offensive. They need to keep this pressure up. They need to find a score, and they need to find it soon. Juice with the touch. Tip with the touch. Tip scores it. Fires it around the side, and Tip Top equalizes the game 2-2. 26 seconds on the board. Look at this touch. What a demo.
We talk about the touch, but Juice had a phenomenal shot to force the double commit on the side of Distinct Twilight. That double commit and that demo made it pretty much impossible for Distinct Twilight to save. Tie game, and as I said, I mean, door is completely open now. In fact, in this Game 3, we might be seeing URL take it, and there a commit from Juice, but now Tip and one-tap Steph trying to defend the goal, and it's a huge save from Juice, remaining stalwart on the goal line. Tip now trying to get a 50, but Juice is awkward. He's able to get the touch. Now one-tap struggling to maintain control of his car, something I thought I'd never say, but pressure is mounting for both teams, and both of them probably just want this ball down. None of them want to concede.
2-2, going into overtime for the second time in Game 3. Winner ends up getting, the 2-1 record against this other team right here. One tap looking to see that gets done early. Shot right down in front of the net, and all of a sudden URL immediately on the offensive. Tip-top shot. It goes in. Tip-top. What happened in the net here? What happened in the net here from Distinct?
Juice.
There was two of them.
Oh my goodness. That's what a shot.
Huge miscommunication in the net by the other team.
Distinct Twilight will not be happy with how they conceded that Game 3. But URL Esports, I'm sure, is beaming with confidence. After taking that Game 3, starting off a little bit rough, but as Henny said, they're starting to gain their footing. They've scouted out the team, and this is kind of what I expected. When URL starts to gain their footing, they assess. They they take the lead, and they do indeed take the lead here in the whole series, and not only in Game 3.
I really would like to see these guys turn it up a little bit faster, but again, they're down 2-0, and then the pressure like just changed. It just completely changed from DST Twilight being heavily on the ball, forcing good shots, forcing awkward like defensive rotations, and then next thing you know, URL was like, "Yo, 2-0, you think we're good? That's not enough." And then they turn up the pressure, and Twilight's now like, "Damn, dude, we've been playing hard, offense," and they stuck to that. And URL just started, answering back with really good plays, really good communication, and that demo right there at the to take them in a 2-1, to take them up to 2-2, huge.
Absolutely.
Really good way to adapt in the last minute.
Wow. Update.
Game
Major
4.
caster bias. Yeah, of course it's major caster bias. We are literally here hosting it. But you have to remember, we do love everybody on the other team too. We love these boys. They're exiled guys.
Yeah, I'll be unbiased.
I wouldn't say there's any bias going on. It was just it's been a wonderful, this has been a wonderful matchup.
Oh, agreed.
I mean,
we're all gonna root. We're gonna root for our home team.
Oh, 100%. You don't.
Yeah. I'm looking at this like Exile has been playing a great game. QC is doing a lot of great things. Extreme's doing his best to sit in the back and play a good third man, but it's like these last minute surges that URL is doing that is just out of the world when you're going from playing so slow to here. We're here to surge. And so I'm excited this game to see how it changes. How does DTS change that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, all bias put aside. Overall, it wouldn't be a far-fetched to say that DST is playing better most of the game, in my opinion, of course. Now, are they playing better when it matters? No, and that is why, quite frankly, they're down in the series, and so far down in this Game 4. I can't believe we already missed a goal. I kind of forgot. I think it was legitimately in the first 10 seconds.
It was one tap. He was figuring it out.
Exactly, but like I said at the beginning of the series, when URL starts to figure it out, nearly a very awkward play from DST. But when they start to figure it out, they can put on this relentless pressure, something that even the Stallions can't really put on. We saw how offensively adept they were. So when you have a team that has this capability, when they figure the other team out, it's hard for even a team like DST to defend it. And especially when they can't defend in those crucial moments, that's really what matters.
Absolutely. A great little bout there from QC. Already, doing his thing, making sure his presence is felt on the offensive side of things. Juice going to make an amazing catch. Tosses one up for one tap.
Wow.
Absolute dimes, and it's one tap.
Dude, that was an amazing fucking catch from Juice.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And once they're able to squeeze that past Exiled with... I didn't even think the ball could fit through that tiny gap. But it was able to, and we're now in a 2-0 game in Game 4 with DST now finding themselves at a detriment. Something that didn't really happen, especially in Game 3, but Game 4 turning even more in favor of URL Esports.
Oh boy, QC going to toss this one up. Tip top, going to be on the offensive with it here. Going to toss this one right down to Juice. Off the backboard, one tap Steph already in the area. That's never a man that you want on the job. QC gonna find his way off to the side, get someone for his efforts, and URL setting up, looking very comfortable in their own half, in the opposing half. Just about everything here is going how they want it to. A botched touch from Exiled. This is a rare mistouch from Exiled, but nonetheless, I'm sure he'll make sure it doesn't happen again. But it already just looks like Distinct is a little bit falling behind, just a little bit.
I do agree, but so far there still is plenty of time. If URL can bring it back in as little time as they did, I believe that DST can as well. You saw Extreme there waiting. I'm not sure if he thought that was a goal, but they need to try to bring themselves back into the game. It seems that confidence is waning.
Tip top up. Tip top shoots. Blocked by Extreme wins.
Great save, and the defense is starting to warm up for DST. Now Exiled, can he make the offense warm up? Not able to, and again, we're back on to the DST side. 50, but now Exiled has an opportunity. Decides to take the first time shot. Juice.
The save.
Able to reach
Juice
back
is loose.
early. Juice is loose. And it is all over the place. I Yes.
That's one thing you certainly don't want all over the
Oh.
place. Juice is loose. If Juice gets all over the place, it's just sticky at that point.
I mean, they're
One
gonna need some
tap
bounty
Steph.
paper towels to clean up
Dude,
this
Bounty
mess.
Paper Towels, sponsor us Bounty. That's all I'm saying. Sponsor us Bounty. What a touch here from Exiled, though. I'll be honest, though. Exiled looks phenomenal. Exiled is doing the Lord's work right now. He looks great.
I mean, I don't even think it's just Exiled. I
think they all look great.
I think they look great, although I do agree that, well, you know who does look great?
It's one tap. Steph looks great. He is warm. He's feeling it.
Oh, he's feeling it all right. I mean, it wasn't a very fancy, but if you caught that, he was on the back wall. Exiled and the rest of the team had to account that maybe he would try to go for potentially a pass mid because they saw that the third man was pushing up, or they also would account for redirect off the back wall. But instead, one tap went for neither of those and actually went and decided to go with going back down to the ground, orientated his car, and taking a quick shot just in between all of the DST defenders. And that will put up URL 3 in game 4. It's not looking great. Door is still open, but not a lot of time for DST to try to bring back this game 4.
Absolutely. And, as we creep into this final minute here, it's URL still looking and feeling confident. I feel like in most of these games, URL has kind of felt this, back and forth. They've been on defense, they've been on offense, and then, all of a sudden, Distinct feels like they're on offense. The momentum has shifted many a time in this game alone. I feel like URL has caught it and held it for at least a little while. Like the majority of the shots, out on URL's side of the field right now, they look good. I mean, needless to say, one tap with a giant pass here, tip with the shot, and it's QC, the only one back to make this play, gets full boost, and he's going to have 18 seconds to turn this one around. Shu's going to challenge him for his efforts, and to be honest, I don't know that I've seen a lot of 3-goal comebacks in 10 seconds. So this one should be going to URL. Juice going to get the flip reset. Distinct gonna have to figure out a plan on how they want to take this game going forward. 4-0 finish. Actually, it's not even over yet.
Still a second. Anything could happen, right?
Still a second, absolutely. But look at that. I want to give credit to one tap Steph there. Literally uses the ramp going down the side of the wall to get that over to Justin fast enough to score it. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Pinch. Oh, they go for the fake. They wanted that last goal, but unfortunately not able to find it. Unfortunately not able to get a 5th goal with 1 second remaining, but regardless, URL Esports will be coming out of this game 4. Feeling very good. Now up by... Is this match point? This is match point, right?
This is match point.
Oh, I can't believe it.
3-1.
Blown by.
Absolutely.
So now, DST in quite a rough situation. Unfortunately, there are no timeouts again, but Exiled and his team... Exiled is confident, I'm sure, even with all of this. He's always a confident player. He always knows his capability. He can pull himself back into this game, but is he able to bring his team back into this game? We see he did top the scoreboard, but if he's able to ramp up his team's confidence, get them scoring, this series can be pulled back into their favor. But so far, heavily in favor of URL Esports.
Oh boy. URL Esports, obviously 1 win away from a trip to the finals. That's the ideal spot. That's where we want to be. That finals match in the upper bracket has already been decided. It is Get Her Done, GERGD, I believe is the terminology for that, but Get Her Done in that first round. Winner of this game will go against Get Her Done in the upper semifinal bracket tomorrow. If URL is to win this game, we will not be playing again today. We will be seeing Distinct Twilight play later again today. We'll host them on our channel right after this. Jesse's also told us we are not to take more than 2 or 3 minutes, so we will be on super fast. But on game match point here for Distinct, and URL looking to be able to finish this fast and Distinct right out the gate. I mean, look at this.
Exiled there. As I said, his confidence never really stifles, and here it is. Just able to completely outspeed one tap to the ball. And as you said, it's rare that people can outspeed one tap, but if there's anyone that can do it in this lobby, it is Exiled. And here he is. 3 seconds in, scoring the first goal for DST.
Absolutely. Exiled on the ball again. Another guy you certainly just don't want to have this opportunity. He knows how much this means. He knows this is being streamed on the URL channel right now. He knows that everything here matters, and it matters a lot. He needs to show that, he is, the man. And to be honest with you, he's done a great job so far. Every single little bit of these players and what they have done, has been absolutely spectacular. At the moment, URL is able to keep up with them. Will Distinct be able to take this game and just absolutely run away with it? Who knows? in game 5 currently. Again, match point. Exiled up with the ball, launches it to the other side. Juice gonna be off. Juice gonna be off to the side here, not able to make much happen with it. Exile gonna go up, dart this one off to the side, not able to find it. And URL looking to just take this one down the field. It's gonna be one tap on the ball, makes the flick, and QC with a great save.
QC now still on the ball. Juice trying to pre-jump to prevent an air dribble, is able to and forces the 50. But now Exile takes a quick shot, but this will go wide. Exile takes another shot. This one off the wall, and Juice trying to keep pressure. This ball is on target, and he will be able to snipe at bottom right corner. No DST defender to be found.
Wow. Now, I gotta ask you, just because we asked you yesterday, we asked what kind of juice each one of these individuals were. What kind of juice are you saying that these guys are? If Tip Top, One Tap, and Juiced were juices, what would they be?
Oh, man. Oh. Maybe, that's a tough
What are you thinking?
one.
What do you got?
I mean, I'll go with one, because I want to get back to this game. Specifically for juice, I'd say, like, lemon juice, even though it's not really a juice. But, lemon's kind of like, it's got a kick to it, right?
Yeah,
the thing is that I think Juice has got that kick to him. Every time I've seen him on the ball, taking shots or doing something with, really just anything with the ball, he's got that muscle. He's got that power. Yeah. He's got the ability to force the ball out of his defensive half and help get his team out of trouble. But he's also got that ability and that kick to be able to take great shots that either go straight in.
Oh!
Unfortunately, not able to save that one. They go straight in or force the defenders to double commit. Here, though, Exiled forcing the defenders to double commit, but nothing really comes of it. Tip, I guess, trusted Juice a little bit too much there.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Find it.
Yeah, no, that one's tough, though. Right above your head, it placed perfectly. Juice just not able to get there. 3 minutes left to go. Plenty of time still left in this game. And Tip Top going to have to play this one back as One Tap takes it right over to Juice. Look at the communication from these guys. The fact that these guys are just able to, communicate like they do, put the points on the board. Obviously, we love to see it. One Tap, every time One Tap gets a little moment there, he always is on that wave dash.
Oh
Tip
my.
In a 1v with the goalie. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 2v2 and One Tap about to score this. I don't know who broke it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if somebody bumped it. But all of a sudden, Exile's going to have an opportunity to score here. The save! What a save from Justin. And Tip gets it around one defender. It's going to be URL's ball to push here as One Tap takes the shot and tosses it down. Juice with an opportunity to look. Nothing more.
Dream, huge flick. Maybe a breakaway Juice with an even bigger demo. Spreading his lemon juice everywhere.
Oh
I
my
don't even
God.
know. Well, actually, granted, the opponent's juice, but still. Spreading his love. Again, being a huge defender for URL Esports. One Tap. Ooh. Maybe able to capitalize here. Looks like he might be able to find a shot. Instead goes for the 50. No URL Esports player there to receive, though. About a minute and 40 left. Exile tries to find Extreme. Extreme is able to find it, but has to back off from this ball.
What a 50. One Tap already up. Going to get beat to the ball here. Juice definitely not going to be beat. Exile going to sit in the middle here. Look to regain some pressure on that ball. Juice able to take this one off. Leds on the backboard. Gets the 50 off to the side. Juice going to have a little attack here with it. One Tap going to follow him up, and neither one of these guys has boost. It's going to be up to Tip. And it's a great touch out from One Tap. Exiled with the shot on top.
Oh, wow.
Right hand bins. And Exiled going to even the margin to 2 goals up from Distinct. And that's definitely what they need. They definitely cannot fall behind. They cannot let in 2 more goals here. You know what overtime has been like for URL. Distinct needs to clutch it right here.
They absolutely do. And I think as time goes on, it's looking more and more like DST will be able to clutch it. Exile's shots, they're now on target. They're now faster. Really just everything a part of Exile's game has looked like it's taken a massive leap forward. His teammates still looking great, but if, as I said at the beginning of this series and even the last series, if we can have all of DST's players firing on all cylinders, doesn't matter, because Exile just keeps scoring. But if we can have that, this series will start to push more in favor of DST, which is not what you want if you're an URL esports supporter, which I guess technically I am, but
I hope
must be unbiased there.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. 4-1, not going to be an easy comeback. At this point, if you're URL, you definitely want to play the game out. You definitely want to leave it all out on the field. But if worse comes to worse, you're up 2 games right now. You certainly don't
Oh
want to
my.
be, down games. But yeah, that was almost ridiculous. But yeah, if you're URL, you're fine with this game going to the wayside. If you can, take a game, reset yourself, think about just next game, and don't let the mental get to you. You are going to be absolutely able to, just they're going to be able to steamroll next game. They're going to be able to figure it out. They're going to come in with a brand new head on their shoulders. Everything's going to be fine. But at the moment, One Tap's just going to keep balling out. They're going to see if they can get one more.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the end of this game as it comes to a close, 10 seconds remaining, it really doesn't seem like URL's confidence is shot at all. It really seems like they're still pretty confident, One Tap going
What a
for
slot.
the resets, and that might kill a bit of DSC confidence as he somewhat misses an open net. But regardless, looking at all these players and how they're playing, again, Juice going for potentially double
Yeah.
reset, their confidence is still there. It doesn't look shot. They still have at least 2 more games before they potentially actually drop this series, but I don't think it'll get to that. I did predict a game 6 to URL. I still think it's very possible. However, game 7 could be on the boards now.
Yeah, no, I think, to be honest with you, I would personally love for this to go to Game 7. I'd love for it to be finished even sooner, but Game 7 is ideal. It's everybody's content, you want to see that. That's the game we want to get to. You and I as casters, that's the idea. Obviously, as, the URL owner, we want to see this game ended next game. We want to see a 1,000,000-0 score.
Yeah, the true us, The
But no,
caster us just wants to see game 7.
Distinct, yeah, that's true too. Distinct played a great game. Exiled balled out. QC, absolute maniac. And Extreme 2 wins. You can't do the whole thing without him. So I think all 3 of those guys, well-deserved win right there. You're all going to have to climb back into this, figure out their next move. And at the end of the day, if it does end up going to Distinct next game, they're going to have momentum. They're going to have figured it out. It's URL's turn to respond to what Distinct has given them and shown them last game.
Here we are, though. Game 6, I believe, because that was game 5. URL Esports still on match point, but DSC able to climb back. They need 2 to win this. URL Esports, again, on match point, though. Let's see where momentum will be taking us into this game 6. Do you have any predictions? Do you think they're going to be able to seal it, or
I really
do you
do.
think that DSC will take it back?
I think
Oh
it's
my
possible
gosh.
that we see, a game 7. I really do. I think it's more possible that we see this end right here. Juice going to start out the scoring. What's better than some nice juice to start your morning, to start the game?
Of course,
no,
of course.
no better part of a perfect breakfast.
There's
Terry
that
the
little-
Tiger always says that. They're great. But no, Juice starts out the scoring. 4-4-4 left on the board, and oh boy, Extreme wins, potentially able to return the favor, and it's going to be DST on the score potential now.
One Tap tries to find the angle.
Oh my
Doesn't matter.
goodness.
Juice giving another kick to everybody's morning here. The beginning of game 6. Again, we talk about Juice here, but One Tap with a great play. Off that sidewall, I think they thought that he was going to be able to take the shot after seeing how much danger One Tap has been able to put the DSD defense on. It doesn't matter. Juice they're able to receive. Put in a second goal for your esports in the first 30 seconds.
Ooh,
Oh, wow,
almost
nearly
the
another
third one there. Very close. One tap. Gonna see if he can slot the third one home. Not able to find it, but 2 goals inside the first 40 seconds. Certainly nothing to complain about. One tap. Gonna see what he can do here too. That's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Henny, what do you have to say about that?
Oh,
Oh my
executed to
god.
perfection.
Oh
Juice.
my god.
Dude, this game's been crazy, right? I honestly did not think it was going to come out just swinging like this.
Yeah.
But the One Tap's just been
It
a
did,
menace
though.
this game. 2 passes from One Tap that led to a goal, and then One Tap just double taps. Just.
I mean,
levels up for us, so.
The thing that makes it even more special wasn't even the fact that One Tap got that beautiful flip reset double tap, but it was also Juice just terrorizing the skies of the DST defense. They were scared to go up because they saw him just covering pretty much all the airspace. If they went up, they knew that they'd get bumped. And now here in the first minute and about a half, Your Esports is tearing into the lead. Oh my, wave.
Dude, he's just showing off.
I know he doesn't even need boost, just still trying to rush back to that play, but now a 1v2. Very rough situation to be in. Still, though, saved out, and now a breakaway. Your Esports and Juice, potentially a 3v2. This ball is flying. Still, not really a slowdown from either team. Both teams wanting to keep this momentum and both teams shall keep this momentum, but finally, Tip maybe looking to control it, and the ball will finally slow it down a bit. There it is, finally. A
Oh, and he
release.
almost has it off of the pre-flip. That's ridiculous. The QC able to take this one out from his side of the field here. Listen, closing it on 3 minutes here. Distinct is definitely going to have to remember that they've got 3 minutes in order to win this game. Exiled always has the clock ticking in the back of his mind. He knows exactly what the time is. The time's your fourth man. That's the other thing you have to remember here, especially on match point. You know, obviously they remembered it last time, but they've got 3 minutes left to go, 2 goals, plenty of time. Definitely still able to make a comeback.
I mean, hey, Time may be the fourth man for URL, but Exile is the fireman for DST. He is willing to do everything he can to pull his team out of the fire.
Oh.
But it might not
Sometimes
be.
you get lost in the fire. It happens.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, someone did actually. Yeah,
Look at
Exile
the
got
pass.
lost in the fire there, not able to pull
Look at
himself
the
out.
pass and the pass and the comms from Tip to say Juice turn, and then just the easy slot.
Yeah, really. I mean, the offense from URL has been stellar. That's pretty much all you can say for it. Nothing less by far. Juice though, maybe looking to take a shot. Exile though able to control it easily. Ooh, now QC. Exile trying to open up space. A lot of awkwardness for both teams so far, but Tip finally able to slow down the play, attain and reset all the positioning of everybody. One tap rushing back, gets the demo on Exiled. Exiled again lost in the fire, running out of time to actually pull this game back into DST's favor.
Sorry, I'm texting my mom.
Oh,
Whoa,
no.
look at that. One tap.
I don't think that was going in.
I need to see this here.
That is
One tap takes the
essentially
shot
tragic. Oh.
It's 50. I think he thought that it would hit off the back of his car just a little bit better. I think that's probably what that was, but yeah, absolutely. You cannot go wrong with anything that's happened right here so far. 5-1, certainly not where you want to be if you're Distinct. You've got time left, but you got to figure out how to neutralize this URL team, and you have to do it now.
Yeah, now is the time. 4 goals in 2 minutes. Maybe make that 5. Oh, one tap Steph. We are nearing Brazil territory. Exiled, you could see, was just turtling in his half. The firemen might have given up. The house may be lost to the fire. It may be over. Door is open, but barely.
Barely open. Listen, that door has flung a million different ways in the past couple of minutes here. One tap, thinking he's going to have a man behind him here, gets the 50, and it's going to be Juice. Sits all the way back. 6-1. A minute 30 left to go in this game right here. It would take a miracle for Distinct to come back from this. But I'll tell you right now, let's talk about the next portion of this bracket coming up, right? Tip Top, Justin, Kamikaze, and One Tap. As long as this game continues to be a 6-1 lead, great save there. As long as they win this game, they will be done for the day. They will be in the upper bracket tomorrow. They will be a final 3. They will already have qualified for money in this tournament. They already have accolades to their name, but they will not be playing later today. We will have Distinct versus, I couldn't even tell you, Distinct versus another team for today. For right now, we will see them right after this. But the turnaround, we're going to have 2 to 3 minutes in between the game. But speaking of this game, 45 seconds left to go. What do you expect from Distinct the rest of the tournament? Where do you think they fall? Because obviously they were a very good team.
Well, they got a goal. 40 seconds, 4 goals. It would be crazy. It'd be even crazier than what happened last game with the reverse sweep. They were able to pull this out. But as this game comes to a close, I think what Henny said kind of hits the nail on the head. I think these are potentially 2 teams we'll see in the finals. Even if they drop, I think they'll be able to make that lower bracket run. Again, they were in the lead in this series, and they did take a game. Unfortunately, this last game is slipping away from them, as it will seal the fates. But
this is kind of tough.
Exiled and this team is not one to scoff at. They have the potential. They can definitely meet this team in the finals, and for all we know, as good as Euro is looking, I think they can take it away.
Say that again, Henny.
Fun fact. Oh, I'm using the wrong. Hold on. Oh no, I'm using the right one on my headset.
Yeah, you're good.
You're good. We hear you.
Fun fact though, the team that we are going against right now. I talked to Exile last night.
Yep.
They've been together for 6 months.
Wow.
So
Absolutely.
for us to come in here and do this, to me is pretty crazy for a team who's only been together for 2 days.
I
And kind
know.
of
It's a huge
three
showing.
days. Yeah,
It's an eighth
so
goal.
I think that's the other thing to think about as well. You have to remember that this is a crew who usually has Mitch more. They usually have a coach with them. They've usually got more supporting crew. Obviously URL doesn't have that. They don't know how to work with all that yet. But Distinct does, and this is just another event for them. So obviously, I have to imagine that they might come into these next couple of games a little bit more prepared. Potentially, with a coach, with a mental coach, with a sub, some of these other things. All a possibility. But at the very least,
Oh, they're not
these
letting up.
guys
They were looking
have
for that
done
ninth
the
one.
impossible. A lot of doubters in the house. A lot of URL natives who were doubters in the house. And here we go. We are here to prove to you, URL esports is a real thing. We're legitimate. We're a real thing. We're here. We're in it. But not without enough credit towards Distinct Twilight. They played a phenomenal game. They did great work. And up next, we're gonna have Distinct
they
Twilight
played
versus Top
really well,
G's.
man. They played really well.
Absolutely.
I really enjoy how they, for Distinct, how they adapt in certain aspects. I guess not really adapt, but how they change. I guess adapting would be the right word, but they're not really adapting to URL. But they come in with certain game plans every game. And like we looked at game 2, game 3 was very heavily demo, and then game 4 I think was like really on point with Exiled. Exiled was going off, right? Like they opened the room up for Exiled and was letting him do his thing. I think if they play and let Exiled do a little bit more, they get better opportunities. They did miss a lot of open shots, so I mean that's a big part to take away from that game is they had a lot, or not just the game but series. They missed a lot of open shots that I know that they're gonna end up hitting when when we see them again in the finals. So it's going to be a different game series when we make it to the finals versus them, and I'd expect it to be a lot closer and not a 4-2.
Yeah, 100%. I think I expected it to be a little bit closer as well, but obviously, it plays out how it plays out. But get your final thoughts out. We do have to cut to intermission to get to our next game. Final thoughts on the game.
Juice. So final thoughts on the game. Tit played really well as a third man. Kept the ball pushed up and really was trying to hold down that back wall. One Tap was doing one tap things, but Juice I think was the big key to this tonight. He was just everywhere. He was doing his flip resets. He was making great plays. He was there to pick up the ball. Like I told him last night to stick in that second man spot and own it, and he did just that. One Tap went off. It's just a really great showing by URL. And it even makes me more excited that in a matter of from yesterday to today, we learned more about them and what they're capable of.
Yeah.
And DTS is a great team no matter what, and they have a wonderful first man on their team that's going to be able to carry them to the finals no matter what they do.
100%. We're excited to see them progress through the bracket as well. We will actually be following them into their next game through the journey in the lower bracket. So we're already very excited.
Man. And I'm gonna go pop over and talk to these boys. And
absolutely,
Nolan during the intermission, if you want to, Crow, if you want to, I can. Crow,
we will. 100%.
I'll be right back, fellas.
And Bean, our lovely streamer, our lovely productionist, our lovely producer behind the scenes. Thank you very much for everything you've done. This will be the end of URL's road for today. And like I said, we got another game coming up as well. We're gonna get to that right away. So we are going to jump to intermission. We're going to take a 2 or 3 minute break, and then we're going to be back with some more games. So guys, stay here. Stay safe. Peace out. And Mom, love you.
Shout out to Mom.
Are we in? Are we good? That's awesome. All right, everybody, thank you so much for coming through, to URL, to seeing what we are able to offer, and to see these guys absolutely pop off in one of their first real tournament experiences. They've done great, and obviously it's been a great experience for us as well. Unfortunately, this stream day is over. We just got word that Distinct is unfortunately going to be winning through a forfeit against Top G's. Top G's, unfortunately, not able to make the game. So it's not ideal. We certainly don't just want to have to watch that, but it does put us in a position to end the stream. That is just about it. We are going to send you guys to the other channel that is still streaming right now. It is Team Takeover versus Melon Patch Gaming. We've seen Melon Patch just a couple of games ago. Team Takeover is the one who's running the whole tournament. Go over there, show them some love, see what these other teams are able to do. One of these teams is going to go up against Distinct, and if URL happens to lose their next game, they'll drop down into the lower bracket to play some of these teams. So you certainly want to know what these teams look like. But we are going to go ahead and raid you guys over there. Bean, is that just about ready to go? Awesome. Well, then we are on our way with that. You guys will be rated to there in just a second. Thank you guys so much for coming out to watch URL. We will be live again tomorrow with day 3 of the event, since we have fortunately qualified, and we will go from there. Perhaps maybe even have some more games tomorrow. But that is the end of this stream. And Bean, you are, unless you or Crow has anything else to say, you guys are all set to raid.
Some good games. That's all I got to say.
Some great games. I agree. Guys, go watch TTO. Go cheer on Jesse. Make it happen.
Help out the boy.
Help out the gentleman. Let's go. Well, they are going to be on their way. Everybody going over there to raid. Go check it out. Go check out TTO. I'll literally send over the link right now. I believe we have everybody in the raid. Send it. Send it. You good to go? Let's go. Good work, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you can end it after the raid.